Hey everybody, Riot Mort here, and it's PBE time. It's time for the mid-set expansion. We're in the Uncharted realms. It's Tuesday night, it's a late night, done working. Time to record a video for you. Not doing this live, recorded the video earlier in the day when I could sneak a playtest in, you know, get on PBE with some other players. But yeah, got a pretty fun game for you, talking about some of the new traits, and it'll be like this all week. You know, I'll be doing these kind of videos, and then we'll be back on the stream on Saturday, but hopefully these should be pretty educational. So yeah, we're starting right away. We got our belt, got a cloak, nothing too crazy going on here. But new set, lots of things to look out for here. We've got Malphite in the shop there. You can see Lagoon Bruiser, a lot of people playing Lagoon right now. It's one of the new verticals. But we get a free 2-star Skarner, can't complain. So hopefully we get some good items, maybe something like a Sunfire. But yeah, nothing too crazy again here, starting off. Mid-set definitely has a lot of new dragons, a lot of new traits, definitely some very new openers. Hopefully the set is a lot more flexible, and I'm hoping something like this game shows it, but we'll see. We get the gold, so we make sure to buy the Malphite so we can put 2 Bruiser in pretty quickly. We're going to be able to do that. We also have a Nidalee here. Because we have the 2-star Skarner, this is possibly an Astral opener. Astral got completely reworked. It's almost similar to Yordle in the sense that you want to play Astral, you'll get Astral Orbs. Those Astral Orbs will slowly each turn help you able to get some economy, star up your units. But if you invest in it deeply, those orbs can start paying out things like full items, components, things like that. So sure enough here, we get a Karma. Not really looking for that Karma. We do get a Sunfire here. Sunfire's really good in an opener. Let's see what we get here. Hallucinate, not really looking at that. Consistency, one of the new augments. It's kind of a risky augment. I'm personally not a fan of it. Dragonmancer, which I'm not really looking to test here. So we're going to go ahead and reroll. Clear Mind is always a favorite of mine, allowing you to fast 9. Loot Master, a little risky. Thrill, pretty boring. We're going to go Clear Mind here. We get lucky, we get a Lux in the shop here. This is going to allow us to go 3 Astral and Clear Mind. Now, if we play our cards right here, the extra economy from Astral combined with the extra leveling from Clear Mind, this could be a very powerful game here. Now, the thing with Clear Mind is you've got to hold things like pairs, so we're actually going to take out the Malphite for now, clear our bench, hold on to that Skarner, and be good to go here. So we've got 3 Astral. Hopefully the Sunfire and 2-star Skarner is going to allow us to get through this. Up against a pretty strong opponent on the first side, they've got that Kaisa. Kaisa with Lagoon, really strong here. You can see their Lagoon high score is starting to count up. Thankfully, Lux is a very powerful mage. The way Lux works this time is the first person she hits with her spell, it does some really chunky damage. We're talking like Kindred set 3 levels of damage, or set 4 levels of damage. But every target after that takes quite a bit less damage. So it can be pretty good here. So we end up winning the fight, which is pretty nice. It puts us in a good spot here. We get our Astral Orb. Our Astral Orb is just a Skarner, no big deal here. Now we have an interesting position here where we've got the Vladimir and the Nidalee, but obviously we're playing Clear Mind, so we've got to keep that bench pretty open here. Now, a lot of people think Astral is the reroll comp, but there is another way to play Astral, especially in this situation. And it's kind of like Yordle from set 6. And that's play it as an economy trait. Get that 2-star of everything, get about 2 to 3 gold per turn, and use that to fast 9 here. And because we have that Sunfire and Skarner, we're going to go ahead and level to 5. Feels pretty good here. And now we're really ahead of the lobby. Again, kind of getting carried by Sunfire here. Lux is also going to do some pretty chunky damage. Now the Astral units, because it's not a reroll comp, all got some buffs. So Nidalee, not quite as weak as she was before. Same with Skarner, Lux doing some work, and you can see here we beat the opponent, level 5, Clear Mind. We're in a great spot here. If we can hit like a 2-star Nidalee or a 2-star Vlad, we are going to be cooking. So, on the opponent's side, we see they're looking to play Dragonmancer. They've got that Dragonmancer augment that gives them a Dragonmancer unit each time. Really fun, kind of like Mage Conference. Lets you 3-star all your units. We get a Vlad in the shop. Ooh, perfect. Oh, this is so... Okay, oh, we even lucked out with the Talia in the shop here, because we can put the Talia in as our 5th unit here. And now we've got 3 Mage going, which is great. Now, the thing to note about Astral, the way it works is you count the star levels of your total star levels. So right now we have 2, 4, 6, 7. And the orbs, there's 5 tiers of orbs. 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 12 to 14, and 15 plus. So right now we're in that second bucket, which means instead of about 1 gold a turn, we're getting about 3 gold a turn here. So because we managed a 3-star or 2-star a lot of our Astral, we're in a good spot here. So we're going to be generating 3 gold a turn, almost better than Mirage Pirate here at this point. Mirage 2 anyway. So if we can find something like a Varus, we should be in a really good spot here. Another big upgrade here would obviously be some items, 2-star Lux, things like that. But we'll see what happens here. But really ahead of the lobby here. We're loving this start. Alright, Carousel. We're looking, see what we want to go with that cloak here. Maybe an Ionic Spark, push that advantage. You can see the Spatula. Spatula is a lot more fun. I really like Spatula now because Spatula plus Bow is Swift Shot emblem now. And Swift Shot emblem is really fun. So we'll have to see. You can also see Jax there. Cloak, we could go Dragon Claw. We could also go Gargoyle. Gargoyle will be really good later. I really like Gargoyle on like Terra, Itis. So you can get those as a strong front line in the late game. So we can go ahead and build that now. There's a Zippy in the shop here, but there's also a Lux and a Talia. Now again, because we're playing Clear Mind, we want to keep our bench empty. This is probably a good time to just level up to 6 and hold that Lux pair on the board. Because again, 2-star Lux is going to be very powerful here. The question is, do we greed the Econ here, risk losing to somebody else who leveled to 5, or do we push that win streak? And I think the correct call here is push that win streak. We do. We put in the Mage. So now we're level 6. We've got those 2 Luxes. And sure enough, the opponent on the other side, if that were a 2-star set, this would have been really risky. Thankfully, it's only a 1-star set, so I think we would have won regardless. But never, never hurts to be safe. And we're level 6, so who knows? Maybe we'll high roll a cool dragon here. And you can see the Lux damage there doing some pretty chunky hits. And that Skarner is going to be really hard to kill now. Nidalee doing some damage. This is like perfect mid-game Astral. And so again, I think a lot of people's instinct might be, hey, I'm going to re-roll my Astral comp, but that's not what we're doing here. We're gonna use Astral to power up, reach that endgame state, and start looking for dragons. That's kind of our plan. There are 11, I believe it's 11 dragons now in the endgame. It's either 10 or 11. That's 10. So there's a lot of dragons, and so endgame comps usually have quite a few dragons in them. And so we're going to be kind of planning around that. That's one of the reasons why we're comfortable building that Gargoyle. Really good on either Itis or Terra as our front line. We see a Talia pair. Can't really hold it. Nothing we can do about it here. But again, normally at this position, you're level 5, 20 gold if you're lucky. We're level 6, 20 gold. So this is feeling great. 2-star set on the other side, but that's it. Nothing too scary beyond that. Hopefully the Luxes get some good snipes here and do some big damage. Yep, there we go. Whew, those Mage Cast Lux. Good damage. All right, full win streak, level 6. Can't complain. This is definitely the kind of start you're going to be excited about. This is the kind of start Soju just enjoys and takes to Fast 9, so. All right, let's see how the PvE round goes. Now, for those of you watching this video and maybe thinking, we got the 2-star Lux out of the box. That's pretty lucky. You don't guaranteed get a lot of Astral units from the boxes. They're actually kind of rare. And so hitting that was kind of nice. Play a Sejuani for a little guild. But yeah. So yeah, for those of you who are saying, hey, first video Astral Bedge, don't worry, I'll be playing a lot of comps throughout this week, hopefully introducing a lot of the other new stuff like Darkflight, Lagoon, things like that. The other thing to note is they're very popular on PvE, so they're very contested right now. So playing something like an Astral line into something else can give you a pretty cool option here. Now we get a Bloodthirster, which is fine for something like a Shyvana, maybe an Ao Shen later, Siphon, not bad. It's not really something we're looking to lock in right now. We might want to hold that for something like a Shojin, Ionic Spark, stuff like that. We hit the Zippy here. Now we could play the Zippy here and pump up our guild. push our advantage. Plus, there's something fun about being level 7 at 3-1 here. We go ahead and reroll. Don't really hit anything. Now, Nomsy's a Cannoneer this game. Nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't really fit our comp this time. So we're rolling just a little bit here. Now we're in this awkward state where I'm kind of getting a little dizzy as I play here. And it's like, well, I've got Mage in and I've got Guild in. And then, oops, I don't have Mage in. But got to keep that bench clear. So we're going to sell those. Either way, though, now we have 4 Guild. And Zippy gives a lot of armor and MR. Plus the health. So the 4 Guilds making our Astral units pretty strong here. Hopefully the combination of the Sunfire and the Lux shots can do some damage. And Zippy 1 with 4 Guilds, not bad by any means. Provides even more frontline here. And thankfully the opponent's pretty weak. It's just a Kaisa 1. So we should be okay. Cool. And it's PBE, you know how it goes with a new set. Somebody's already FF'd. They didn't get what they wanted, apparently. But we're level 7, 15 gold as we head into the second augment. Alright, what do we get here? Featherweights, no. Preparation, worth talking about, by the way. Preparation changed, where now you also get health for stacking up. So preparation, a lot better. We're going to go ahead and go with Jeweled Lotus, though. Maybe we can get an IE. And Jeweled Lotus, IE, plus things like Ao Shen, Soam, Aurelian Soul, all very good and worth considering. So, in this case, we get the Jace and the Silas and the Varus. So this is a pretty good shot for us here. This is like the perfect level 7 Astral comp here. We've got the 5 Astral. Everything's 2-starred except for Varus. So that means we're at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, which is now that 3rd tier of Astral Orbs. So that feels pretty good. That means we're going to be getting about 5 gold a turn, so that was perfect. And we've got 3 Mage activated, and we've got 2 Bruiser activated, and we've got 2 Shapeshifter activated. This couldn't be better at this point in the game. Now, we're up against a really strong Rengar. Rengar pretty OP right now for a couple reasons. Has some pretty bad bugs, actually, that'll be fixed tomorrow. But despite that, because we're level 7 ahead and have this perfect synergies, we pull ahead, win the fight, and continue our win streak. Looking good. Like I said, this is the kind of spot you dream of. And so yeah, you can see there we got, what, 4 gold there? That feels real good. Now, something to debate here is, do we take out the Jace, put in a second Varus so we can at least hold the Varus pair? But as I mentioned, Jace is giving us both Guild and Shapeshifter here, so pretty valuable. And the other thing to note is that, as I mentioned, with the orbs, we went, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9. We're in that 3rd tier. We would need 3 more star levels to move up another tier of orb. So 2-starring Varus isn't that important unless we're going to 3-star some other stuff. And I don't think we're going to. So I think we're just chilling here with this Astral. We're at 9 star levels. That's a good spot to be at. Ooh, that Jace ult was juicy. Locks the Kaisa in place. We get that big damage. And again, Lux doing a lot of work here. Lux is meant to be a good mid-game AP carry. Really good with Shojin. It's probably my favorite item on her. Shojin IE with like this would be really good. So, let's see what we can get. Going into the carousel, we're level 7, 40 gold basically. Again, gotta love that situation here. So Glove would be ideal for Infinity Edge. Otherwise, we'll see what we can get here. Alright, well, we're not getting the Glove. Other options could include Ionic Spark. Not a lot of choices here. Bow, and Tear. Let me just grab the bow. Honestly, the Tear would have been okay here too, because we can make Shojin. The only thing is the Shojin would lock us out of our sword, which we need an IE to go with that Jeweled Lotus. So again, we open that chest. Oh, we get an item component because we're at that 3rd tier of Astral. That is really good here. So we're going to go ahead and lock in that IE. That's going to make our Lux quite a bit more powerful. Level 7, 50 gold. One crazy thing we could do here is level to 8 and play the Sejuani. That's what we're going to go do. Keep that win streak really pumping here. And now you have to look at this situation going level 8 at 3-5. This is the power of Astral if played correctly this way. Again, we got kind of lucky with some of our 2-stars, and that early Skarner that can tank a lot of the early game, and it's PvE, it's kind of a weaker lobby. But this is the kind of comp, kind of like Yordle back in the day, where if you want to use it to invest and then go fast 8 and pivot out of it, you can totally do that. And so I think a lot of people will hopefully enjoy the new Astral a lot more compared to the old one. So cool. And you can see Lux damage good, Skarner damage pretty good here. So Jace is getting a slight adjustment tomorrow, so Jace should hopefully be a little bit better tomorrow. But yeah. Oh my god, we hit a Zoe. Now the Zoe's interesting here because obviously we're already running Mage, so Zoe with Mage in, pretty good. Now we have this tough choice. Do we take out the Jace to hit 20 gold here? Or do we stay the strongest we can right now? I think we're going to go the 20 gold. We're going to risk it. It's a weaker lobby. If I lose here, it doesn't pay off. It was not worth it if I lose here. But if we win, level 8, 30 gold heading into 3-7, whew, could not be better. Alright, so we have a strong set on the other side. I'm not that worried, though. They're level 6. We've got some strong items. Their Zippy was only Zippy 1. Yep, you can see nothing too crazy here. Those big Lux crits. And sure enough, we're on a 10-game win streak. Level 8. We'll be at 30 gold at 3-7 here. We hit a Bard. Wow. And again, that's not even that crazy because we're level 8. But hitting the Bard here is really good. We can start getting some higher legendary odds. So that's going to feel good. If we can get lucky and get a 2-star Varus here, but we probably won't, and so we're probably just going to sell that. Again, I think at this point we're trying to fast 9 with as much gold as possible to start hitting those bigger legendary boards. Clear that bench so that Clear Mind happens. We hit 40, 43. Wow, level 8, 50 gold at this point. Holy moly. Alright, so now we have this really interesting predicament, because we could probably hit 9 at like 4-3 or 4-4 here, but if we do, we're wasting Clear Mind. Because we're at 100 health, the play here is actually just chill this entire stage, get as much Clear Mind value as we can, stack up as much gold as we can, and even if we lose this entire stage, worst case, we lose this entire stage, we're at 60 health. 60 health is going to be fine. So let's see how this fight goes. That is a scary Rengar. Holy moly. Okay, thankfully Rengar gets caught by a Lux ult. We take him down, and we still manage to win this fight, so that's good. Heading into the third augment, we're at 100 health. Things are looking good. But like I said, the plan is not to level. The plan is maximize our gold from here on out. Item-wise, we could go a second Gargoyle. Second Gargoyle is really good with the way Terra scales with armor and MR. That's a potential option. Augment-wise, nothing great here. For what we're planning, which is a late-game legendary comp, Scoped Weapons isn't really that good. Gadget Expert's really good in the early game, but I think it's not really as good in the late game. And so we go with Best Friends. Best Friends will work really well in the late game, have dragons, standing next to some partners. Spread out for Best Friends here. Everyone's getting the buff. Not bad, just a general augment. It's lower in power right now than it's been in the past, but still pretty good. So, I'm going to go ahead and slam that Gargoyle. And again, the plan is to use that later on Terra. Terra, who scales with armor and MR, having 2 Gargoyles can do a lot of damage. But you can see here, level 8, 70 gold. And again, at this point, we just cruise through this stage. We sack this entire stage. On the other side, wow, that is 2 Mage Emblems, a Lagoon Emblem, and their Lagoon score is about 140, which is a little below par. We have sort of an expected Lagoon if you've been investing in Lagoon, so right around here you can usually be about 150 if you've really invested in it, 200 if you're like, you hit a blue buff Shojin and are casting like crazy. Unfortunately, the Zeri on the other side is doing a lot of work. We don't end up winning this fight, but again, that's okay. We're trying to sack here. Not a big deal here. So now from here, we kind of just want to lose everything. And again, every astral orb is pumping out around 5 gold because we're at that 3rd tier of astral orb. Feels pretty good. So yeah, we've got that Zoe, we've got that Bard. So now what we're doing is we're starting to think about what does our end game state look like? Which dragons are we planning around? We already talked about Terra. Terra is definitely happening because we've got those 2 gargoyle stone plates. Those are juicy items for Terra. That means we're also probably looking for a caster to go with this Infinity Edge. So something like an Ao Shen, an Aurelian Soul. They're pretty good. We're probably not going Sohm because we don't have a blue buff. Siphon's always good because it gives you that free Whisper's penetration. So you can't complain about Siphon. Shyvana is also good. We could run the Shyvana with Shapeshifter. Okay, on the other side, we see a Kaisa 3 with 6 Dragonmancer. That is really powerful at this point in the game. It will fall off later, but this is actually perfect for us, right? Because we lose by 1 unit, we take minimum damage. Perfect. Can't complain. You love it. And again, we're just getting that value from Clear Mind right now. Item-wise, could really use the Rod, but we're in first place, so we're probably not getting it. Sonic Racing, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Yo, Super Sonic Racing. But yeah, this is the kind of thing where I think everyone's scouting the lobby and going, oh god, we're in trouble. We're in trouble because I am comfortable. We don't really want the Spatula. For something like a lot of dragons, Spatula's not going to be great here. We take the armor for Titan's Resolve, which could be okay on like a Shyvana. Really wasn't a great choice there. Again, get another 4 gold. 102 gold. It'd be so tempting to level up here and have 50 gold to roll down, but why not wait 2 more rounds, get to that Treasure Dragon, see what our Treasure Dragon items are, and go from there. Supersonic Racing. Sorry, I'm distracted by how good the song is. Alright, on the other side, we see a guild with that new item, Protector's Vow. A lot of people have been stacking this on PvE. I think it shows that it's a fun item. I don't think it's as strong as people are making it out to be, but it's fun. It's getting a small nerf tomorrow, just a little less armor and MR on Transform. But yeah, so we are, again, this person's level 8, 0 gold, has rolled down Xayah 2, Jace 2. We're expecting to lose here. And we take a good chunk of damage. Not the best loss. Not a big deal. Clearly, a 2-star Astral Comp is falling off. Which, oh well, we've got 102 gold. And not only do we have 102 gold, we have a Bard who's getting our legendary odds up. So, one more round. Supersonic Racing. And now we didn't waste any Clear Mind value. We got a ton of Clear Mind XP. And I know it's always fun to try to go for those Mr. 100 games, but the reality is if you're playing this optimally, this is definitely the optimal play. So, let's see what we do here. We've got that Zoe, 4 mage, chatting, but other than that, we're doing good. Alright, on the other side, we've got 2 Yasuos already. That's scary. Oh, that Jace stun. That first Jace cast is always so powerful. Lux doing her best to try to get some single target damage out here. Again, Lux falls off really hard when there's a ton of units. Decent damage. Got another kill. Pretty good. Yeah, that's going to do it. 3 unit loss. Not too bad. Okay. We're at Treasure Dragon. Let's see what type of Treasure Dragon it is. What Treasure Dragon is it? It is Order. Alright, Radiant Blue Buff. Radiant Blue Buff is amazing with Sohm. If you can get that with Sohm, cool. But I don't think we're playing Sohm. Deathblade, Eternal Whisper, Chalice, no thanks. Oh, Zenith Edge. Zenith Edge, probably worth considering here, specifically because we have that Jeweled Lotus. That's going to allow us to put another person, so we could run like Ao Shen and Aurelian Soul. And now, here we go. We're doing our big roll down. We leveled to 9. 2 Terras. You love to see it. An Itis, an Ao Shen, a Shyvana. We're starting to hit the things we want, so let's transition. We're going to go ahead and get that Terra situated. Got those items in. Probably could have put a Bramble here, but it's not a big deal. We're selling everything, getting completely out of astral. Get the Ao Shen in. We're at 2 dragon right now. Again, getting rid of more astral here. You can watch my boomer transition here. We're at 3 dragon. Now, when you put in 4 dragon, you immediately get +1 slot. So you can see here now we have 10 units. This is really good here. We're going to go ahead and Zenith Edge on the Ao Shen. It'd be nice to 2-star some of these dragons. Okay, there we go. 2-star Terra, 2-star Shyvana, 2-star Bard, 2-star Zoe at 5-1. We take those. So now, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to win, but you can watch that Terra damage. Look at that Terra damage Earthquake. That was a perfect fight for Terra. Here comes the Shyvana 2 with Jeweled Lotus IE, tossing out some damage. And to clean it all up, we've got the Ao Shen. Whew! So now we have a 4-dragon comp, which is giving our dragons 500 health, 20 armor and MR, 10% extra damage, and that extra slot. And we've got Monolith protecting those carries. So, pretty good spot here. Honestly, the Zoe doesn't really fit in this comp anymore, and I needed to position for best friends, so let's get that out of the way. Because I have an Ao Shen 1, we're going to move the Goldmancer Staff over to Shyvana. Shyvana's a little stronger right now. We can also build ourselves a Protector's Vow, get a little extra protection for that front line here. But yeah, otherwise, looking for that... Okay, there we go, 2-star Ao Shen. Can't complain. Now, really all we're looking to do here is 2-star Itis, or replace Itis with something else. I like 2-star Itis here, though. The Goldmancer Staff's pretty good. Although I need to get my gold up to actually make some value out of it. But I think Zoe is probably one of the first things that needs to go out of this comp here. Zoe's not really fitting. Zoe for Jace is probably the play we're looking for here, because that'll give us 2 Shapeshifter, 2 Guild. But yeah. Otherwise, we did it. We went Astral, Fast 9 into a 4-dragon comp. Now, the other thing we could do here, and I don't know if I actually do this at any point in the game, but probably should have, is Itis, because we have a Terra, we don't really need Terra and Itis. That might be a little bit redundant frontline. Siphon is probably a better choice here. Siphon would give us the Whispers. Again, the Goldmancer Staff makes this okay. It's 2 frontline. But this is kind of the fun of it, right? Is like considering what are your other options here. Do I want to get Yasuo in instead of something else? Alright, Scary Rengar on the other side here. That Rengar is going to, I think, delete my Ao Shen before it casts. Oh, we got the cast off. Woo, with some big damage. Alright, who won the damage meters? Terra actually won, and that shows you how powerful Terra 2 is right now. Terra 2, because her spell, her Earthquake, scales off of armor and MR. Those 2 gargoyles are actually the way to make that do a lot more damage here. Mystic wouldn't be a bad choice here. Tempest, actually, though, just gives us 4 Tempest. Can't complain about that. We were looking for a healing item. Shojin would also be good for our Ao Shen. Shojin now gives some AP and the generation here. Thankfully, it really wouldn't have mattered. We can't get the Shojin. So we're going to go ahead and get Tempest here, and that's going to give us 4 Tempest. So, can't complain about 4 Tempest here. Yeah. Now what we really should be doing is stop rolling. Like I said, other than the Jace. The Jace is really the only thing we're looking for. And then find a, save up our gold, maybe get a 2-star... I mean, we're at 5 Ao Shens, starting to consider something like that with how far ahead we are. Now, the lobby is starting to die, though, so we have to be careful. But here we go. This is, I think, what, again, you're going to see a lot of in the end game, is these, like, 4 dragon plus 2 unit comps are going to be very strong. The question is, how do you get there? And then, oh my god, see this Nyla in the back? This Nyla in the back just assassinated my Ao Shen. That shows the power. Nyla is kind of one of the, I think, the more healthy assassins we've ever made. She jumps to the back, she's single target, but can pump out and assassinate a lot of damage there. So, gotta watch out for those Nylas. Pretty scary. That Mage Nyla was also casting twice, which is kind of funny. Alright, what are we going to hit here? A Bard? Okay. Again, kind of need that Jace. A lot of dragons here. Hey, there's the Jace. Alright, sweet. So that's going to give us 2 Shapeshifter, 2 Guild. I think our comp's done, other than 2-star Jace, 2-star Itis. Like I said, we could maybe play Siphon instead here, but that one's debatable. Because again, the power of that Goldmancer staff as an item slot for our dragon might actually outweigh the shred of Siphon. So, alright, on the other side here, opponent's looking pretty weak here. Has some assassins, but those Nyla items aren't that scary. The Sohm, the Zeri, nothing crazy. Raining lightning, popping that Goldmancer staff. Holy moly, that was 12 gold. Not going to complain about 12 gold there. The big thing, though, is both Shyvana and Ao Shen here really need some healing. The things I would do for 2 Gunblades. Another Jace, nice. Another Protector's Vow. Cool. Honestly, could put this one on Bard, could put this one on Itis. We saw people stacking them earlier. They do proc at the same time. The one thing about stacking them, though, is the shield only lasts 3 seconds. So having a really, really big shield that only lasts 3 seconds is often wasteful. So I think it's good to build a lot of the item. I don't think it's good to stack it all on the same champion, is my personal opinion. But alright, so we're at 33 gold. No champ duplicator. Let's see what we can do here. Again, I'm healthy enough. I probably don't need to roll down here. But let's see what we hit here. Hitting a lot of dragons. Another Bard. We're at 5 Bards, 5 Ao Shens, 5 Terras. Oh, okay. Well, now we're at that. So now we're at 7 Bards and 6 Ao Shens. Is this a crazy high roll? We'll have to wait and see. On the other side, oh, that is a Radiant Archangel, I believe, on that Sohm. That's pretty scary. And then this Nyla. Watch this Nyla. Cast, Ao Shen. Oh, and then got the reset because I shielded. The Itis actually griefed me there because Nyla Nyla cast on a shielded unit. Oh, man, I got griefed. Alright, so we lost that fight. That's not good. Again, show you the power of that 9 Lagoon. They're also up to 400 stacks of their Lagoon. Getting a pretty high score there. If they can get to 500, we get pretty worried. Alright, Jace 2. So this really comes down to, alright, there's a Rengar and a Lilia. So we really need to protect our Ao Shen here. Because if Ao Shen lives and casts, we probably win fights. If Ao Shen dies, it gets a lot dicier. And obviously, if we can hit 3-star Ao Shen or 3-star Bard, that would be pretty cool. So. Alright, Blitzcrank grab. We're in a good spot to avoid. Jace gets hit. Rengar chases the Shyvana. That's kind of perfect for us here. Jace does the AoE CC. Oh, we get stunned right before the cast. Oh. Thankfully, Shyvana and Terra also clean up here. And nice. Alright, all we gotta do is beat the Nyla player now. My opponent has noticed. 7 Bards, 7 Ao Shens. No. Oh, they just hit level 9. They just hit a 2-star Soraka. We're pretty scared here. They have 5 Mage. Their comp is really strong too. They don't have much of a front line, but they have a lot of damage output with that 9 Lagoon and that Nyla. We're going to put the Protector's Vows near the Ao Shen, see if we can get lucky and protect him. Positioning, nope, we did not. This is pretty scary. I think Nyla's going to do what she's been doing a lot of these fights. Nyla's going to take out the Ao Shen here at that double cast. Oh, God. Shyvana doing some good damage, but can't get enough through with the Seraphine there and the Mystic. Oof. Ao Shen did literally nothing there. So we lock shop for the Ao Shen. We know there are a lot of magic damage with that Sohm there, so Mystic is going to be the play here. Let's definitely pick up Mystic here. 50 MR for the team is just going to give us a little bit more survivability against things like the Seraphine on hit damage, the Soam damage. It won't help against the Nyla, but that's okay. All right, what are we hitting here? Nothing. We're still at 7-7. This is pretty rough. 150 health for our Idis. Again, it's going to come down to positioning here. What's it gonna be? This is also the kind of fight where I almost wish I had Aurelion Soul, because Aurelion Soul would give the damage debuff to the backline, and then Shyvana could melt through that. Alright, this time we position correctly. The Nyla chases after the Shyvana, and is also on the Idis. That Idis is going to proc the Protector's Vow right there. Now that does give Nyla a bunch of resets, which is scary, but what matters here is Ao Shen got to clean up. Boom, big damage. We got some gold. They're at 1 health. Alright, what's going to happen now? 9, 7, 5, 3. Alright, there's an Ao Shen. Do we just give up on Bard? No. 8 Ao Shens. I don't know if it's enough. Oh no. Alright, if we lose this fight, we have a shot at that Ao Shen 3. If we win, well, at least we won. Again, we use the Protector's Vow to hopefully protect. Nyla's on the right side again. Nyla's also not near the Protector's Vows, so with any luck, we might actually be even stronger than last time. Sure enough, oh, that Terra damage on the Nyla was big. And it looks really good here. Here comes the cast. Plenty of damage. And there you go. There's a first. Astral into Dragons. Alright. Have fun with PBE. I'll be back tomorrow. Take it easy.